Welcome to the adventure of a lifetime. Let's be honest, arriving in Japan for the first time can feel overwhelming. The language barrier, different customs, and unique transportation systems can make stepping into this fascinating country both thrilling and nerve-wracking. But don't worry, this guide is here to help you make your very first hour in Japan smooth, enjoyable, and completely stress-free. So grab your notepad or just sit back and enjoy. Your perfect Japan adventure starts right here. Part 1. Preparing for arrival, before you land. Before even setting foot in Japan, there's something important to address: the time difference. To avoid wasting your first few days battling jet lag, start adjusting your body's internal clock at least 24 hours before you arrive. This can be done by gradually changing your sleep schedule to match Japan's time zone. For instance, if you're coming from the US, start going to bed and waking up earlier. Small adjustments like this can significantly reduce the dreaded jet lag. In the digital age, your smartphone can be your best friend when traveling to Japan. There are several must-have apps that will make your journey much easier and stress-free. While English is spoken in major tourist areas, you will inevitably encounter situations where communication can be tricky. To overcome this, it's essential to have good translation apps. Google Translate is handy, but it often struggles with natural Japanese phrasing. For better real-time translations, Papago and DeepL are highly recommended, especially for voice conversations. And if you need a more detailed and natural translation, ChatGPT is your go-to tool. When it comes to navigating Japan's intricate transportation system, Google Maps is your best bet. The live view feature is particularly helpful, using your camera to guide you step by step to your destination. Imagine trying to navigate Shibuya Crossing without any online maps or translation apps. It would be a nightmare. That's why setting up a reliable internet connection before you even leave home is so important. The most efficient solution for tourists in 2025 is eSIM technology. With an eSIM, you can purchase a data plan for Japan and activate it the moment your plane touches down. No fumbling with physical SIM cards or trying to connect to unstable Wi-Fi networks. Before purchasing an eSIM, make sure your phone supports it. Most newer smartphone models do, but it's always better to double-check. Part 2. Navigating the airport. Arrival process. Once your plane touches down, you'll go through standard procedures like immigration, customs, and baggage claim. The process is usually smooth, but it helps to have your documents ready: passport, visa if required, and your travel itinerary. Be polite and straightforward when answering questions from immigration officers. Having your hotel's name and address printed out or on your phone will speed things up. Japan is steadily moving toward a more cashless society, but having some yen on hand is still a wise move, especially if you plan to explore smaller shops, food stalls, or rural areas where credit cards may not be accepted. The most important tip: avoid currency exchange counters at the airport. They tend to offer unfavorable exchange rates. Instead, use ATMs located near the exit of the security area. Japan's ATMs provide real-time exchange rates and are generally cheaper compared to currency exchanges. Convenience stores are also great spots to withdraw cash, and they're practically everywhere in Japan. Popular stores like 7-Eleven, Family Mart, and Lawson all have ATMs that accept foreign cards. Just make sure to notify your bank before traveling to avoid any unpleasant security freezes on your card. If you're planning to hit the ground running and start exploring Japan right away, you don't want to be dragging heavy luggage around. That's where Japan's luggage forwarding services come in. Available right at the airport, these services can deliver your bags directly to your hotel or even another city. It's a lifesaver if you're planning to take public transportation, as trains and buses can get crowded. The cost ranges between 1,500 to 3,000 yen per shipment, depending on the size and weight of your luggage. This service is highly reliable, and if you drop off your bags before 4 p.m., same-day delivery is often available. Part 3. Transportation options. Navigating Japan's transportation system can be intimidating for first-time visitors, but it's actually one of the most efficient in the world once you get the hang of it. Here's a breakdown of the most common options available from major airports like Haneda and Narita to the bustling heart of Tokyo or beyond. For those who prefer a comfortable and straightforward transfer to their hotel, shuttle buses and limousine services are excellent options. Available directly from the arrival terminals, these services provide easy access to popular destinations such as central Tokyo, Shibuya, Shinjuku, and even areas beyond like Yokohama. Booking these services is straightforward. Tickets can be purchased at dedicated counters in the airport's arrival lobby. For convenience, reservations can also be made online prior to your arrival. The buses are spacious, equipped with Wi-Fi, and offer a relaxed way to travel after a long flight. However, it's worth noting that the convenience comes at a higher price compared to other methods of transportation. But if comfort is a priority, especially if you're carrying heavy luggage, this is a great option. Renting a car in Japan is an option worth considering if you plan to explore regions outside major cities. While it's generally not recommended for Tokyo itself due to heavy traffic and expensive parking, renting a car becomes very practical when venturing out to the scenic countryside or places where train access is limited. Rental car agencies are conveniently located at the same terminals where shuttle buses and limousine services are booked. Be sure to bring your International Driving Permit, IDP, as it's required for foreigners wishing to drive in Japan. Some recommended companies include Toyota Rent-A-Car, Nissan Rent-A-Car, and Times Car Rental, all of which offer multilingual support. And if you're planning to drive, make sure to familiarize yourself with Japan's road rules and signs. They can be quite different from what you're used to. One of the biggest mistakes new travelers make is taking a taxi from the airport to their hotel. While convenient, taxis in Japan are notoriously expensive, especially for airport transfers. A taxi ride from Narita Airport to central Tokyo can easily cost you up to 40,000 yen, $300 USD or more. Instead, stick to more affordable options like trains, buses, or even rental cars if needed. If you absolutely must take a taxi, try to limit the distance and check if your destination is within a reasonable fare range. Now, let's talk about the Japan Rail Pass, a valuable tool for many tourists, but not always the best choice for everyone. This pass allows unlimited travel on most JR trains, including Shinkansen, bullet trains, JR buses, and even some ferry routes. However, in 2023, the cost of the JR Pass increased significantly, making it important to carefully consider if it's worth the price. If you plan to stay mostly within Tokyo or Osaka, where public transportation is affordable, the JR Pass may not be a good investment. On the other hand, if you're traveling across Japan to places like Kyoto, Hiroshima, or Hokkaido, the pass can offer excellent savings. Just remember, you must purchase the JR Pass before arriving in Japan. Research your itinerary well in advance to determine if the pass suits your travel needs. Part 4. Using IC cards, Pasmo and Suica. When it comes to navigating public transportation within cities like Tokyo, Osaka, or Kyoto, IC cards are essential. Pasmo and Suica are the two most common IC cards used across Japan, and thankfully, they function almost identically. These cards are prepaid smart cards that can be used on trains, buses, and even at vending machines and convenience stores. To purchase one, simply approach any ticketing kiosk at train stations, including those at airports like Haneda and Narita. The process is straightforward. Insert some yen, select the card type, usually costing 500 yen as a deposit, and charge it with the amount you wish to use. If you're wondering what the difference is between Pasmo and Suica, the answer is nothing significant. They're basically interchangeable, and the choice often comes down to which line has the shorter queue when buying your card. One small difference is that Pasmo is often associated with Tokyo's subway system, while Suica is more commonly linked to JR East lines. But practically speaking, either card will work perfectly well for almost all transportation needs. For families, child IC cards are available for children up to 12 years old. Proof of age may be required, so be sure to have identification ready if you're purchasing one. Part 5. Additional tips for a smooth experience. Japan is gradually becoming more card-friendly, but cash is still king in many places. especially smaller shops in rural areas. Always carry some yen just in case. Also, be sure to notify your bank and credit card companies of your travel plans to avoid any issues with security freezes. Credit cards offer real-time exchange rates, and using them for larger purchases can be convenient. Plus, you get to collect points and other benefits if your card offers rewards. Navigating Japan's public transport. Apps like Google Maps make traveling around Japan incredibly easy. By 2025, the app's Live View feature provides precise guidance to train stations or specific locations, making sure you never get lost even in the most complex urban environments. Download and get familiar with the app before your trip, and remember to switch your phone settings to allow location tracking for better accuracy. Traveling light is the way to go. Especially if you plan to take public transportation, Japan's train stations often require navigating stairs, so dragging heavy luggage can quickly become a nightmare. Consider using the luggage forwarding services mentioned earlier to make your trip more enjoyable. And there you have it, a comprehensive guide to making your first hour in Japan as smooth and enjoyable as possible. If you enjoyed these tips and want more travel guides to make the most of your trip, don't forget to subscribe.